Hi, and welcome along to One Way Football's The Recap. Yes, we're going to be talking about the fixtures that have just gone this past weekend, and we're going to all the key points and moments over the weekend, and some of the midweek games that have just gone. So we're going to go through all of them. Then we're going to go through our predictions for the weekend games. I'm joined here as usual by Johnny and also the one and only Edward Nash. Always proud
We're
to
doing
wear
tonight's
his
game as
Arsenal.
well.
Did I? Sorry.
Are we doing tonight's game as well?
We can talk about tonight's game. Yeah, I mean, what's there much to talk about? Leicester are going to probably win. Okay, so Saturday, we're going to kick off with Saturday. Manchester United picked up a win against Southampton, 1-0. Wasn't looking very convincing, though. Would you think, Johnny?
Yeah, I know. And obviously, Southampton picked up a win against Chelsea this week. So, yeah, I mean, they started poorly. A 1-0 is better than losing. I think, as I said a couple of weeks ago, I think they'll be all right, United. And yeah, you know, Southampton are battlers, but yeah, I think it's 3 points. That's all they care about right now.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, where are they currently now in the table? So they've kind of hopped up to 12th, which is, I mean, they've picked up 6 points now, so they're on the right track. And like we've all said
tonight, don't they?
Exactly, like we've all said that, you know, Maguire needs to be dropped, I think, in their team, and so does Ronaldo because his time's up. Ronaldo is a bit of a kind of come to the 80th minute point. If you're struggling, then just bring him on. Maybe he'll tap in a goal. Like,
yeah, I still think he'll do a job if you start him. Obviously, that he's not fitting into that system they're playing. Obviously, it's quite clear.
Yeah,
but can you really afford to keep him on the bench the whole season? That's what you're gonna ask yourself. Obviously, it's working now without him. Maguire, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are harsh on him, to be honest.
Yeah,
I do. I don't think it's as bad as people make out. But
I mean, deadline day coming is now as we speak. In a couple of hours, it's going to be over. I don't think Man United can bring anyone else in.
Yeah.
Who did they bring in? Who have they brought in?
Anthony from Ajax.
Yeah, but he's going for this Dutch kind of look, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Well, he's Dutch, so
that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I can't see. Let's put it in perspective of what the Arteta's process looks like. I don't see where he's going with this with Man United. I can't see it.
Yeah, he looks like. I think the job's too big for him, to be honest.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah.
But again, time will tell. Time will tell. We see what kind of a season they have. But
where was he before? Where was he before Man United?
Ajax.
It was at Ajax. Yeah.
Well, he was a manager at the time when Tottenham beat them in the semi-final of the Champions League.
That's right. Yeah.
He threw the 3-0 lead away. So he's got that in him.
He's got something. He's got to prove a lot now, isn't he? I mean,
yeah, for sure.
To win them fans back over again, he's got to have a good run now. They've got us on Sunday. I'll probably go for a draw on that one. It's going to be a tough game. I think they're going to come out on us.
What, Southampton or Man United?
Man United are going to come out
tonight.
Yeah, but I'm saying Sunday. We've got them Sunday.
Oh, let's get to that later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I'm just saying, in perspective, Man United, you know, they've got to go on this run now if they're going to win the fans back over. Moving on to the next game, Man City versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace were like 2-0 up. And then, you know, I was like, oh, this is great. This is fantastic. But in the back of everyone's head, you know that City are just going to come back in that second half.
Haaland saved them.
Yeah, well, we'll get to Haaland in a second, right? Because I know Ollie's going to be.
I think someone needs to eat some humble pie tonight.
Not at all. No, not why? He's only scored 8 goals, not scored 80 goals.
9.
And 8 of those goals have been tap-ins. So, I mean, you know, we can go on about this all night if you want.
Well, this is it. Yeah. But are you going to be eating your words, Johnny, though? Is he going to get 15 goals? More than 15 goals?
He probably will. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, he's a tap-in merchant. He doesn't do any work off the ball, doesn't provide anything else for the team, but just tap it in the net. I know that's his job to do that. But these goals, I mean, I think the 2 hat-tricks, I think 5 of his goals were from a 1 yard out.
You said
Another
that.
one was from 4 yards. So I mean, it's just he's not exactly centre. And to be honest with you, the team he's in right now, they're probably the best team in Europe at the minute. Man City, they're free flowing goals. And another thing, who's he played? I mean, who's he? I mean, who's he played? I mean, I'd like to see him up against the bigger teams and see how he gets on. He scores a hat-trick against Man United, a hat-trick against Arsenal, against Spurs. I might change my mind.
Might change your mind. It takes a lot to change your mind, Johnny, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it does. Yeah, I just don't. You know, people rave about him. I just think he's a bit of a lump. He reminds me a little bit of Chris Wood.
Chris Wood.
Just a lump. He's just there, isn't he? Although he scores more goals than Chris Wood, he's probably a better player or he's a better player than Chris Wood. But yeah,
I mean, last night as well, they scored. Was it 6 in the end? Was it? And he got his hat trick and
against one of the worst teams in the division. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there's another player got 2 goals last night. Nobody talks about that.
I think it was Alvarez.
Alvarez, yeah.
That's it. Alvarez got 2. Not a word said.
And the other one was Cancelo, wasn't it?
Cancelo, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Man City. I mean, to be honest with you, whoever finishes above Man City wins the league. Really.
Well, this is it.
That's what I said.
We are basically just fighting for that, you know.
Yeah.
And if it does come down to it, where it's like just 2 teams, it's going to be City, and it'll just be a goal fest. Basically, it's basically to do with goals at the end of the day. Because I said to someone yesterday, because they went, "Oh, they've put in." I went, "It doesn't really matter. I don't really care how many goals they put in. I care about getting 3 points."
Yeah, and they know how to win.
Yeah, but this is the problem that we're having is that we can get all these 3 points in that, but if they do the catch-up game and then like they're on goal difference, they storm it.
Yeah, well, goal difference is a point in itself, isn't it? If they've got 20 goals more at the end of the season, that's a point.
Yeah,
but they don't know how to in the Champions League, and this is something that they're going to want this season. Because they've won the league, they've done that, they've done the Carling Cup, whatever it's called, and you know they want that Champions League.
Yeah,
and they cannot seem to get there.
Yeah,
and I don't know if there's a mental block in their head when they play. You know, they got to the final, lost that. Yeah, so they've had every opportunity.
Yeah,
and I think that's what's on Pep's mind now. He's going to want to win that, and they may do it.
Yeah, of course. He's looking out for that Champions League spot now. Right, let's move on to Liverpool now. So yes, moving on to Liverpool. Again,
Shocker.
You know, Bournemouth. I mean, we can't get too over our heads with Liverpool because Bournemouth are a poor side, and they are now favourites to go down, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure.
Sacking their manager as well. First manager to be sacked.
Correct, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think it's a correct decision.
Yeah. But I don't think if they bring a new manager in anyway, it's going to change that side. They're not good enough.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why he got sacked, because he said, "Look, we're not good enough. We don't have enough reinforcements here," and that result was no shock. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Now, if you're an owner listening to that, you're going to get rid of him, aren't you? So, and you're right. The window's going to close now, unless they do incredible business in the next 3 hours, which they won't. They're going to struggle. You're right. They're not good enough.
So this is it. Yeah. I mean, and Liverpool putting 9 past them. Someone actually said to me when that game was on, they went, "That's disgraceful." That. I went, "What do you mean?" And he went, "Oh, it's just disrespect, isn't it? Putting 9 past them." And I went, "Oh, you're out to score goals, isn't you? You're out
Is he a Southampton fan?
I don't know, but it's no. He was saying, "Well, if he's a Southampton fan, he'd be laughing, wouldn't he?"
Yeah.
But I mean, no, I think if you could do that, it's just proving a point a little bit that we're still here. Don't forget about us. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no.
Well, we did wind me up though. 9 goals, the whole team score, apart from one guy. The one guy I've got in my team, I got a point. I got a point on my fantasy football.
Is that the one guy I told you about? Was as good as people make out he is?
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, the one. So
maybe you should drop him. Put a bee in his bonnet.
Huh?
Well,
maybe you should drop him out of your dream team. Put a bee in his bonnet.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, he got rid of the wrong guy. I think, like you said. I think Marnie should have stayed and Salah should have went, Yeah.
But I tell you what though, James, Mr. Nash there with his Firmino prediction. I tell you what, he should do that more often because
You know, I was joking, right?
I know you was joking, but my God, he's 3 goals, 4 goals, 2 assists. I don't know, man. He's turned into Pele.
I mean, he's not really a striker, though, is he? He's more a centre forward.
No, but he's turned into Pele. You've made him a machine, Edward. What a player!
I can't take full credit.
No, you do. You don't, sure. So you can have it.
You can have it.
You can have it.
For the record, I still can't believe you mugs fell for that.
Yeah. I mean, Liverpool faced Newcastle last night as well, and just want to quickly go over, was that an offside? Because didn't VAR say something about they couldn't see because of the player's shadow or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, if you can't see, you have to give benefit of doubt and not give a goal.
Yeah.
What more concerning for me is that you put 5 minutes of injury time. Nick Pope was 90 seconds of time wasting.
Yeah.
So it makes it 96 and a half.
Yeah.
And they score 98. So you have to question where that time came from. We know it came from time wasting, but it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
Secondly, you have to question Newcastle's mentality to play to the whistle. You've got to stop. Can't stop playing till that whistle goes. You know, oh, unlucky Newcastle. It's not unlucky Newcastle. It's well played Liverpool because they know how to win. It's not their fault the clock's going on. You've got to concentrate. And I think Eddie Howe will be disappointed with that result. But they got lucky last night. They got very lucky. Well, also, just a quick point on that Liverpool game. Is it Isaac, the Newcastle striker?
Yeah.
I like him.
I know we was in for him at one
Yeah,
point.
we were linked with him back in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks a menace.
Yeah.
And one to watch.
Well, this is what we said though. I think Ed put in a thing about Newcastle coming sixth. I don't think it's going to happen this season, but we do have to keep our eye on Newcastle because they're bringing in good players right now.
Hey, listen, if I said Bobby Firmino, then I'd definitely Newcastle. Probably next. Oh, my luck.
Yeah, no, you know, do you know what? They can probably finish 7th or 8th. It's an outside chance.
Let's move on to the next game, which is,
well,
I believe, Chelsea and Leicester.
Chelsea-Leicester, yeah, another shaky little game for Chelsea. I think they got a bit lucky, to be fair.
They're probably going to do better now that they've got over.
That's another situation for another day because the over thing I think is just a bit overrated, to be fair. But
Before you ask, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I just think he's obviously just a bit fucking. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
How many times are you going to take this thing off?
I don't know what's actually going on with the whole Aubameyang thing. He's obviously just got a bit of a bee in his bonnet, and he wants to come back to the Prem and probably prove Arteta wrong. I don't know.
Is anything happening with that today?
I think he's signed.
Yeah, but they did a swap deal with Marcus Alonso.
Oh, the murderer. Oh, that's good. He's out of the Premier League. Good.
Yeah. So with Chelsea, and then obviously the with Leeds game as well, losing against Leeds, and then obviously night before last losing against Southampton.
I think what it is this time of year, where the window's still open, there's a lot of teams, and Chelsea are probably in that bracket of they're not quite settled. So I know they've got Sterling, that's all bagged up, but the Aubameyang one, the Alonso one going the other way, the defenders
Fofana's just joined from Leicester. Fofana.
Sorry, yeah. So all that was up in the air, and I think you'll now see from this weekend a little bit of settlement from all the teams because they know what players they've got. They can only deal with now up until January. And go from there. If you've got players like, Fofana, who doesn't know whether he's coming or going, that can hinder a team. So I think you see Chelsea settle down, although Chelsea, I have to agree, do look pretty poor.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Because they seem like they're in a bit of a crisis situation. And I think maybe the Aubameyang thing, going back to that, is, I think, a bit rushed. I don't know. They haven't. It doesn't seem like they've looked into players very well this window.
Yeah. He wasn't at Barcelona long, was he?
No, this is what I mean.
No.
Well, they brought in Lewandowski, didn't they?
And considering that Barcelona have been in a financial crisis, they got Aubameyang on a free.
Well, where are they getting all this money from?
Well, only they know this. I don't know what's going on with that club at the minute. They're, money here, money. They've got no money. They're skinny. They're buying every player under the sun. I don't know. I
Yeah,
have no idea what goes on with the Spanish game.
yeah.
But they're Barcelona. Excuse me, they're Barcelona, and they'll always be Barcelona. They'll always be massive, so they'll always get away with it.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
fair play.
Moving on
Real
to the
Madrid,
last,
is it?
the last team I want to speak about is Arsenal. Obviously, of that day, Arsenal versus Fulham 2-1. And you know what? Fair play to Fulham, man. They really stuck it to us. Yeah, no, I think let's be humble against Fulham because they really did bring the game to us, and their defense was strong. That's the striker they have. He's phenomenal.
I'll probably say at the 5 you've played, they've been the toughest you've faced.
Yes, yeah,
for sure. Yeah. And like I say, with Mitrovic there,
yeah,
he's always going to be dangerous. But what Arsenal are doing now, and I'm going to be honest, as you know, I'm a Spurs fan, and I've got to be honest. What Arsenal are doing now is they're winning games, whereas out of these 5 you've won, you probably would have lost 3 of those last season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
The mentality is different.
Yeah.
But you have got got Man United this weekend. You're going to have to play the bigger boys at some stage.
Yeah.
And that's where it all matters. But no, you win fair and square.
Obviously playing Aston Villa last night as well.
Yeah.
You know what?
A little bit, yeah.
It was a bit shaky at some points as well in that game, but we are missing. We're missing Zinchenko. That we need another midfielder because Partey that looks very unlikely now. I don't know what's going on, but I doubt.
No, Partey. I bloody tell he's only going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Right.
Well, he'll be in prison soon, won't he?
That's what I'm thinking.
So yeah, he'll be locked up. I think. So I think you just got to rule Partey out.
Yeah. So
out of the equation and then go from there. I would imagine. But,
the other thing is as well because they're obviously being deadline day. They're now looking for a midfielder. They need another midfielder. You can't rely on El Neni and Xhaka to be that midfielder.
Is he still there? Is he El Neni?
He
signed a contract.
Yeah. Oh, did he? Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Just 1 year. He'll probably be going next year.
Well, yeah.
Can I just speak quickly about Douglas Lewis, by the way, because we're looking at him now. I mean, in that game, in the Carabao Cup game, he scored from the corner, and then against us, he scored from the corner. You couldn't make it up.
Unbelievable. We do need goal scorers.
Well, do you know what? I saw that goal last night, and I'm sure he scored one like that in the
Carabao Cup. Yeah.
And incredible.
Yeah.
Not many players can do that.
Yeah, I've never seen it done twice from the same player.
That's crazy. And it was from the same corner as well.
Yeah, I know. Amazing.
It's mental. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if we do it again.
Well, you know what? He'd make history if he did, wouldn't he?
Yeah, no, fair play to him. Fair play.
Okay, so moving on to Sunday. Okay, so West Ham versus Aston Villa. West Ham picking up a win against Aston Villa 1-0. Was that their first win?
Yeah, it was.
I believe West Ham drew with them.
No, they won 1-0.
They won 1-0, yeah.
Oh, you talking about that one? I'm speaking of the other game.
Yeah, they drew last night.
Yeah, they drew last night. But I mean, is that their first win?
First win, and so they picked up a win and a draw, and they've scored 2 goals. So quite honestly, lads, they're useless. There's no ifs and buts. Not they're going to improve. They're never going to improve because they never have improved. So,
maybe he's one of the top. Maybe he's the next candidate for to be sacked. I reckon Moyes.
Moyes. The thing is, they've sacked him before and they've brought him back in. I
believe that first time around was just a temporary replacement.
Yeah, but they brought him back in after he made a mockery of them, and it looks like they're doing it again. I don't know. I just don't rate West Ham. Sorry.
No, I don't blame you.
No.
Yeah, I'll be eating my words with the whole coming 5th.
But they've got one good player. That's Declan Rice.
Yeah.
And that's it. It ends there.
Ollie Watkins, he can be a bit of a threat sometimes.
Ollie Watkins?
Yeah.
Plays for Villa.
Sorry, yeah, no, I'm still on.
They're both Clara and Blue, so don't blame them.
I'm still on the Villa game.
That's all right. No, they've got.
Yeah. And
I'll probably give.
I'm thinking of Antonio. Antonio can put him in.
Yeah, more chance of Antonio Conte scoring more goals than him. He's just he got man of the match last night. I'm baffled as what he did. Didn't do anything.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
The game against you as well. I mean, was it a handball?
Well, from behind, it looked like a hand. But having said that, looking at the replay, a million times as they did it, it looked like it just brushed his head first. So if it's hit his head first, it's not a handball. Conte said afterwards, "Oh, the referee got it right the first time." Conte's got to be a bit more humble and say, "Do you know what? All right, the referee made a mistake. We've got to move on." I think because it took nearly 5 minutes.
Yeah,
to
why
look
was
at
it
it.
so long?
It was inconclusive, wasn't it? From behind, it looked like a hand. Even then, but there was one slight angle where you could see it did hit his head first.
Yeah.
That's a game changer. But this happens. You get them or you don't get them. You know, in a few weeks you probably get a decision that shouldn't be one. So it comes back to you.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're not sure, then don't give it.
Moving on to Tottenham as we speak about them. Obviously beating Nottingham Forest over the weekend, 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, Nottingham Forest dreadful. It's just it's
They're
happening.
definitely a relegation favourite now.
For sure.
Yeah, well, I don't think they will go down. I think they just might stay up. They might just stay up. They're going to play teams like your Wolves and your thing. They're going to pick up points somewhere. I don't think they're as bad as Bournemouth.
You have to think if you think a team's not going to go down, you have to think what 3 teams are worse than them. Bournemouth are worse than Forest, and then I'm struggling.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
I think they're the second worst team in the division, and I think Leicester, if they keep Rodgers, will go down. So, you know, I think Forest are in trouble. You're right; they may pick up wins, draws against the bottom 7.
Because you still got the likes of Brentford.
Leeds
could be another one, actually.
Do you know what? I've slated Leeds all last season. That's because of Bielsa. Now he's gone. They look decent. To be fair, they look all right. Yeah. None of this stupid football they were playing under that fat controller of a manager they had. Useless, and they're praising him.
Yeah.
No, I like that Jesse much. You know what? I think they'll be all right, Leeds.
Yeah,
I do.
Going back to Tottenham, do you I'm still like I know that they're picking up points in the, like you said before, they're like undefeated in that, and I get that, and I can see where the right direction is going, but there's still something not right there, and I can't put my finger on it.
I agree. I'll make it quick. I mean, we're winning games.
Yeah.
We're not winning pretty.
No.
That West Ham game last night probably would have lost a year ago.
Yeah.
But you're right. Something ain't right. I looked at I looked at the bench. There's not much attacking threat there. Richarlison really, for me, has to start at the weekend over Son. I love Son to bits. I think he's one of the best players in the world. But
Son hasn't been all.
Something's not right. Yeah, something isn't right there with him.
He's not been himself. He hasn't been himself.
No,
the second Son I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, and it's with any good player, you notice it more. You know, so if Haaland stops scoring or he's just stopped scoring, you see it.
I think maybe I've got Perisic. Maybe you could put him there instead.
Where?
Where Son plays, he's a left mid, didn't he?
Well, Perisic plays, but he started with him last night. So for me, Richarlison, I mean, he's got a lot of pace, got a lot of skill. You know,
he's the thing is as well, he's a new signing, so I think he needs more starting time as well. You know, to give him
Richarlison.
Yeah,
and for him, it's different because he's played in the Premier League. He's come from Everton. He knows the league.
Yeah,
he's not new to the country.
He's new to London. New to London.
Well, yeah, new to London, but you know, and he's some pace on him. Got a lot of pace. So you know, but you're right. There is something lacking there. But
don't get me wrong, it's still the right step in the right direction. But there is just something like a little something there. I can't put my finger.
It's certainly better than what it was under Mourinho, and it's certainly better than it was under Nuno Santo, whatever his name was. So, but Conte, if Conte will get the best out of them. I mean, we're missing Romero at the minute, who's a big player for us.
Yeah,
and we're missing Skip. Skip's not been in the team for a while. I think Skip will make a difference. You know, we've got Højbjerg who just throws his arms about. I mean, the jury's out on Højbjerg as well. There's a lot of things. Bissouma didn't have a great game last night, but he's better than that. So we'll give it time. I always like to analyse it around November, December anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, you sort of know that the table pans out, doesn't it?
This is what we said before, didn't it? I mean, after the World Cup, then we can even judge even more. on how things are going to plan out.
Yeah,
Because
and
you're
don't
gonna get
forget after the
injuries
World Cup, you got a lot of games. January, February, March. It's all condensed.
Yeah.
Plus the Champions League, plus the Europa League. There's a lot of
That's
games
going
to
to
cram in.
knacker. That's going to knacker you out.
What is?
All those games out after the World Cup.
Well, the group games all condensed now, aren't they? From next week, but then we don't. If you make the knockout stage, it's not till February.
No.
So you've got that time to recover it and build your squad. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But there's certainly something lacking there. But at the minute, I'm happy with what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're unbeaten. So
yeah, that's good. Okay, so we're going to move on to our predictions before we finish the video. So moving on to Saturday, which is the first game, which is it's a bit of a weird one. This, do you just very quickly?
I believe it's the Merseyside derby first.
Yeah, it's Everton versus Liverpool, and it's very strange that they're not playing on a Sunday. This game isn't played on a Sunday, and they're playing at the same time as well as Celtic Rangers. And I was when I heard it was on a Saturday, I was like, so literally they're giving the whole weekend to these fans to get absolutely off their face, get drunk. Do you know what I mean?
What time's Celtic Rangers?
12:30.
Yeah, that's about right for that. Yeah, they never have it any later than that.
But usually it's like on a Sunday. So a lot of people won't get like absolutely obliterated after the game. Do you know what I mean? Because they've got work the next day, or do you know what I mean? It's but now they've given them the whole weekend to get absolutely smashed off their face. They're going to be fucking trouble, I'm telling you. But it's all
fucking mental.
Yeah, it's basically that's what it's going to be like. So the first game, Everton versus Liverpool. Johnny, kick us off with your prediction.
Oh, this is interesting. Everton's record against Liverpool is atrocious. Atrocious.
Yeah.
Even worse than Tottenham at Chelsea. It's atrocious.
Yeah.
However, 1-1 draw.
Yeah, okay.
I just think Liverpool ain't at full throttle, and Everton get about them a little bit. So I'm going for a draw on that one. We go 1-1.
Okay then. Ed?
I'm going to go with a 2-1 Liverpool win.
2-1 Liverpool. Okay then. Yeah, maybe Liverpool nick it in the 98th minute of extra time.
They've got no Divock Origi though these days, have they?
So I think they're going to just 1-0. Yeah, 1-0. I don't think it's going to be much of an exciting game. And just, 1-0. Wolves take on Southampton at 3:00. Johnny?
Again, Wolves just can't score goals. They drew 0-0 with Bournemouth last night. Southampton on the out. We go Wolves 0, Southampton 1.
I'm the same.
Okay, then I'll go. I think 0-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0-0.
It'll probably be 4-4 now. We've all said that.
Yeah, Wolves win 5-0 or some shit.
Game of the week. Yeah.
Crazy madness. Tottenham also take on Fulham at 3:00. Johnny.
Yeah. Again, tricky. You've played them. They gave Man City a scare. With Liverpool, sorry, not Man City. This is tough. I'm gonna go 1-0 Spurs again.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm saying 3-0 Spurs.
3-0 Spurs. I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm the same as us. I think 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that striker, what's his name? I can't pronounce his name.
Mitrovic.
That's it. I think he'll score. He just loves scoring goals at the moment. Even if they lose the game.
Is everybody saying the Sun?
Yeah. Nottingham Forest take on Bournemouth. Johnny.
Relegation battle.
Go to Edward first on this one.
Oh, they got it, Ed.
I think it's going to be 3-2 Forest.
3-2 Forest. Okay, Johnny.
Yeah, I have no clue. Forest Bournemouth. Do you know what? I'm going to go for Bournemouth. I'm going to go Forest 0, Bournemouth 2.
Okay.
Why? Because they need to win at some stage. Forest have won a game. So.
I'm going to put. I think Forest is going to win this 1-0. 1-0 Forest.
Yeah.
1-0 Forest. I just think Bournemouth is just absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
Newcastle take on Crystal Palace also at 3:00. Johnny.
Yeah, I think this is a comfortable home win for Newcastle. Although Zaha is on fire, so I think they will score. I'm going to go Newcastle 3, Palace 1.
Okay, then Ed,
2-1 Newcastle.
you want Newcastle. I'm gonna go 1-1.
Oh,
1-1. 1-0.
Palace get a point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Chelsea take on West Ham. Another 3:00 game.
This is a
There's a lot
big
of
one.
3:00 games. There's 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's
6
quite a
on.
few
6
this
on. Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few this weekend.
So Chelsea take on West Ham. Johnny,
This is a big one.
I think every fixture we've talked about now, Johnny's just like, it's just all rubbish, isn't it?
Well, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to.
I can't wait to see his reaction for Man United and Arsenal this Sunday.
I've got that score in my head. Chelsea win this for me, just on the fact that West Ham are not very good. So I'm going to go Chelsea. Do you know what? I think Chelsea could bounce back 4-0 Chelsea.
God, putting West Ham in a doghouse. Literally.
Yeah, I just think they've got to bounce back at some stage. It'll probably be this game. So
Okay then. Ed, Chelsea, West Ham.
Being a matter of truth and principle, I'm going to go with a 5-1 Chelsea win.
nice.
5-1 Chelsea win. I'll have
Giving
to
them
say,
one.
my heart says 0-0, but yeah, 1-0 Chelsea.
Like your head says 0-0, but your heart says 1-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, 1-0 Chelsea. Yeah. So yeah, 1-0 Chelsea. Brentford take on Leeds also at 3:00. Johnny.
Interesting game, this actually.
Yeah.
Very interesting game. Both very open. Both score goals. 2-2 draw.
2-2.
Same.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go 2-0 Leeds.
Oof.
Yeah, I think 2-0 Leeds. Aston Villa, the final game on Saturday at 5:30.
Against Manchester City.
Yeah, against Manchester City. How many should we go for?
I'm going 10 City.
How big's your calculator?
I'm going 10 City.
What are you going?
10.
10-0.
10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 10. 10-0.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Just out of principle, we'll go Aston Villa 1, Man City 2. I don't think it'll be a coast in the park.
Okay then. I'm gonna go City 4-0. Haaland with another hat trick.
But wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise
I'd say Haaland scores 5.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Right, moving on.
Johnny, he scored 5 goals in 6 minutes. Oh God. I'll be like,
Ollie wants to come back on here, mate. I'll tell you what.
I'll have a chat with him. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Sunday's games. Brighton take on Leicester at 2:00. Johnny.
One of the boring ones.
Yeah, I mean, depending on tonight's result against Man United, I think Brighton will nick this because Leicester are poor.
Yeah.
So we'll go 1-0 Brighton, and we'll go Pascal Gross to score the winner. There you go.
Oh, okay then. All right.
No score, yeah.
Ed.
I'm going to say a goalless draw.
Okay then. All right then. I'm going to go 1-0 Brighton. 1-0
Yeah,
Brighton.
good.
And the big one of that day, Manchester United take on Arsenal at Old Trafford.
At the old days.
4:30. Ed, you can go first. It's our team.
Okay. I don't deny Man United have a good side on paper. However, this season we've been the better team so far, and I thought we're going to go to Old Trafford to the business. So I'm going to say we were going to win this game comfortably by 3-1.
Okay. Johnny?
I don't follow that. This is a tough one to call again. Arsenal 5 out of 5. Man United won the last 3 or last 2. I think they'll win tonight. Significantly, Man United tend to win at home against you boys.
Yeah.
And I have to go with Man United because I'm a Spurs fan. So I'm going to go.
Of course,
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for 1-1 draw.
That's
all
fair.
right.
That's fair.
Sit on the fence on that one. It's a tough one to pick.
I can take that from you.
That's fair. Yeah.
1-1 draw. 1-1 draw.
I'm going to go a 2-1 win to Arsenal. I think we might just nick it.
Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if you did win it. To be honest, it won't be like, oh my God, you beat me. At the minute, you're the better side, I think. So
Yeah, I think 2-1. I think we'll just nick it like most of the games. Like we tend to go like 1-1 and then we nick it right near the end. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think we might just nick it. So that is our predictions for the weekend games. If you've got any of your own thoughts, comment below this video. Also, like and subscribe, lads. It's always a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
To hear your opinions on things, and and I love to see Johnny when you hear about Haaland scoring 9 goals.
He's not got 15 yet. He'll probably get 15 by the end of September. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get 15, I'm going to be looking very smug.
You're gonna be like bribing every single manager now. Going, like, listen, I'll give you this if you break his legs.
Yeah, we've got Man City coming up next week, so we've got them next. So that'll be interesting.
Ability test.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Right,
I mean, you got Fulham before them, so it's that's a big test. Then.
What I want to say is, I just want to say very quickly. Sorry, James, very quickly. Is that you're very lucky to be living where you're living because, as you know, the 3 p.m. games here is a blackout. So we're the only country in the world where we can't watch our games at 3 o'clock. You can watch it where you are. It's just incredible, isn't it? Really, how we have to find some kind of dodgy street. 1 second, some dodgy street.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So it's my son. Sorry. Say hello.
Hiya, mate.
Hello.
It's lovely having you on. I do have to finish the video now. Thank you for
guys.
like and subscribe. And
I'm off again.
See you, Edward.
He's gone. Right,
He's gone.
Johnny, thank you very much, mate.
Thanks a lot.
And we'll speak to you next week. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
One Way Football.